Hello and namaste everyone. This is the Seeker of Love and Light, a humble student of the Law of One. So today's video is a short summary of session 5 of the book called The Ra Contact. If you wish to listen to the entire Q&A session in Hindi, it's available on my Instagram page at Seeker of Love and Light, link to which is given in the description box. If you wish to read the books, then the link to the PDF is also given below. So guys, all the material related to the Law of One is free for everyone. Even the original owners of the book, the LNL Research, have made it available for free on their website. I would also like to say one more thing, that the information given in this book by the six density beings called Ra will resonate differently with different people, and that it is your free will to accept it, reject it, or to ignore it, because your free will is of utmost importance. Thank you. What is the law? The law is one. Why are we here? We seek the law of one. Why are we seeking Ra? Because Ra is a humble messenger of Law of One. So together, we protect the Law of One group, their families, friends, neighbors, and well-wishers in the circle of love and light of our one infinite Creator, and we restrict any negative entity or thought forms or negative energy from entering this circle, because the law is one. Rejoice then and purify this place in the Law of One. So this session was channeled and recorded on the 23rd of January 1981. And as usual, at the beginning of the session, Ra says, "We greet you in the love and in the light of our one infinite Creator. We communicate now." So Dawn asks that as we communicated in the last session regarding the techniques of healing, it is my impression that it is necessary to first purify the self by certain disciplines and exercises. Then, in order to heal a patient, it is necessary, by example, and possibly certain exercises to create a mental configuration in the patient that allows him to heal himself. To which Ra says that, although this is correct, it is not by example that the healer does the working. The working exists in and of itself. The healer is only a catalyst. The healing work also is a form of channeling of this intelligent infinity. So what Ra is saying here is, दूसरों को हील करने से पहले ये ज़रूरी है कि हीलर खुद अपने आप को प्यूरिफाई करे विथ लव एंड लाइट, विच इज़ ऑल्सो नोन एज द क्रिस्टलाइजेशन ऑफ द हीलर, और फिर एक चैनल बने बिटवीन द इंटेलिजेंट इन्फिनिटी एंड द वन बीइंग हील्ड. ऑल्दो ये भी ज़रूरी है कि जिसकी हीलिंग हो रही है वो इस हीलिंग को एक्सेप्ट करें एंड देन अलाउ हिमसेल्फ टू बी हील्ड, बिकॉज हीलर सिर्फ एक कैटलिस्ट की तरह काम करता है. Majority of work is done by the person being healed by accepting this healing and visualizing himself as being healed. So basically, one can heal themselves with their thoughts. In medical or scientific term, this is known as the placebo effect. Further, Dawn offers a desire to learn these healing techniques in order to become an effective healer, and asks Ra whether they can explain the steps required for the process. So Ra says, the first area of learning and teaching is of the mind. We begin with the mental teachings and learnings necessary for contact with the intelligent infinity. The prerequisite of mental work is the ability to retain silence of self at a steady state when required by the self. The mind must be opened like a door. The key is silence, and within this door lies an hierarchical construction which can be compared to a geography and in some ways geometry, because this hierarchy is quite regular and are interrelated to each other. सो रा यहाँ पे ये कह रहे हैं दैट मेंटल वर्क के लिए सबसे ज़रूरी है टू रिमेन साइलेंट, एंड साइलेंस इज़ द की टू द डोर ऑफ योर माइंड. क्योंकि जब हम साइलेंस में या मेडिटेशन में बैठते हैं, वी कैन काम द मैनी थॉट्स ऑलरेडी प्रेजेंट, क्योंकि हम कॉन्स्टेंटली कुछ ना कुछ सोचते रहते हैं इवन इफ़ वी आर वर्किंग. इसलिए साइलेंट रहना बहुत ज़रूरी है. Further, Ra says that to begin to master the concept of mental discipline, it is necessary to examine the self. The polarity of your dimension must be internalized. Where you find patience within your mind, you must consciously find the corresponding impatience, and vice versa. Each thought that a being has in its turn an antithesis. The disciplines of the mind involve, first of all, identifying both those things of which you approve and those things of which you disapprove within yourself, and then balancing each and every positive and negative charge with its equal. The mind contains all things. Therefore, you must discover this completeness within yourself first. So what we need to do here is, After you sit in silence, there will be thoughts rushing through your mind. And Ra says that mind को discipline करने के लिए उसको balance करना ज़रूरी है. And how do we do that? जब भी कोई thought आए तो उसका opposite सोचना है. If it's a bad thought, think about an opposite good thought and vice versa. For example, अगर मेरे मन में एक thought आए like कि what if I don't clear the interview and what if they don't like me? So what I need to do here is मुझे इसका opposite सोचना है that I have cleared the interview and that they loved me. और इसी तरह पॉजिटिव थॉट का भी एक नेगेटिव थॉट सोचना है और दोनों में एक बैलेंस बनाते हुए चलना है. एंड वंस द बैलेंस इज मेड यू विल नोटिस दैट द थॉट हैज ऑलरेडी डिसअपियर्ड. इसी तरह से जो भी थॉट आपके दिमाग में आए उसका ऑपोजिट सोच कर उसको बैलेंस करते हुए चलना है. दिस नीड्स प्रैक्टिस एंड यू नीड टू सिट इन साइलेंस डेली फॉर एटलीस्ट 10 to 15 minutes to practice this. And then one day you will realize you don't have many thoughts, and even if you do, you will become an expert at filtering them away, and that way you will receive and you will achieve a steady state and discipline your mind. Further, Ra says that the second mental discipline is acceptance of the completeness within your consciousness. It is not for a being of polarity in the physical consciousness to pick and choose among attributes, thus building the roles that cause blockages and confusions in the already distorted mind complex. Each acceptance smoothens the part of the many distortion that the faculty you call judgment engenders. So Ra is saying that once you achieve the balance, you need to accept that you are complete. क्योंकि हर एक थॉट को एक्सेप्ट करने से उसकी पावर कम हो जाती है. अदरवाइज अगर हम हर एक थॉट को एंटरटेन करने लग जाए, एक ब्लॉकेजेस और एक कन्फ्यूजन सा बन जाता है हमारे माइंड में, जिसमें ऑलरेडी इतने सारे थॉट्स ऑलरेडी है. सो अपने आप को, अपने थॉट को एक्सेप्ट करो द वे इट इज एंड विदाउट जजिंग योरसेल्फ. सो फर्दर Ra says the third discipline of the mind is a repetition of the first, but with a gaze outward towards the fellow entities that it meets. In each entity there exists completeness. Thus the ability to understand each balance is necessary. When you view patience, you are responsible for mirroring your mental understanding of patience and impatience. When you view impatience, it is necessary for your mental configuration of understanding to be impatience and patience. We use this as an example. Most configuration of mind have many facets and understanding of either self-polarities or what you would call other self-polarities can and must be understood as subtle work. जैसे बैलेंस हमने अपने अंदर बनाया है, उसी बैलेंस को दूसरों के लिए भी एक्सटेंड करना है. अगर सामने वाला इम्पेशेंट है तो उसमें पेशेंस को देखो, बिकॉज दैट पर्सन इज केपेबल ऑफ शोइंग पेशेंस एज वेल. एंड सिमिलरली पेशेंस में इम्पेशेंस को भी ढूंढना है. इससे दूसरों की तरफ भी एक बैलेंस बनेगा, बिकॉज आफ्टर ऑल जो आपके सामने है वो आप ही हो, वो आपका अदर सेल्फ है, बिकॉज इन रियलिटी देयर इज नो सेपरेशन. फर्दर Ra says the next step is the acceptance of the other self polarities, which mirrors the second step. These are the first 4 steps of learning mental discipline. So, जिस तरह से हमने अपने आप को एक्सेप्ट किया बिना जजमेंट के, सिमिलरली दूसरों को भी एक्सेप्ट करना है विदाउट जजिंग देम. And further Ra says the 5th step involves observing the geographical and geometrical relationships and ratios of the mind, the other mind, the mass mind, and infinite mind. So यहाँ पर Ra is saying that once you know your own mind and the other person's mind, then zoom out little till you notice how the mass mind works, depending upon the geographical locations, how a certain culture behaves, and the similarities between them. उसके बाद zoom out a little more and see कि कैसे एक geometrical pattern और एक ratio बन रहा है सबके thoughts का. Again zoom out a little more and notice how this entire planetary mind is finally connected to the infinite mind. Further, Ra says that the second area of learning and teaching is the study of the body complex. It is necessary to know your body well. This is a matter of using the mind to examine how the feelings, the biases, and the emotions affect various portions of the body complex. It shall be necessary to both understand the body polarities and to accept them, repeating in a chemical or physical manifestation the work you have done upon the mind, be thinking the consciousness. So guys, I'm sure you all must have noticed how your body responds to different emotions and triggers. For example, when you have feeling of love and affection, you can feel it in your chest and heart area. When you meet someone new and you like them, you get butterflies in your stomach area. Similarly, when you are stressed or scared, your sympathetic nervous system gets activated, which helps the body to activate its fight or flight response. Physically, आप notice करोगे that your face and ears have become red, your neck gets stiff, the pupils of your eyes get dilated, your heart rate increases, your breathing becomes shallow, और आपको आपके gut area में कुछ feel होगा. That's where your intuitions get activated. The feeling that कुछ तो गड़बड़ है or a feeling of impending doom, that is your intuition. And the body will involuntarily deliver more blood to the areas that need more oxygen or other responses to help you get out of the danger or an awkward situation. So it is necessary to identify how your body responds to different stimulations and emotions. Further, Ra says that the body is a creature of the mind. It has its biases. The biological bias must be first completely understood and then the opposite bias allowed to find full expression in understanding. Again, the process of acceptance of the body as a balanced as well as polarized individual may then be accomplished. It is then the task to extend this understanding to the bodies of the other selves whom you will meet. The simplest example of this is the understanding that each biological male is a female and each biological female is a male. This is a simple example. However, in almost every case wherein you are attempting the understanding of the body of self or the other self, you will again find that the most subtle discernment is necessary in order to fully grasp the polarity complexes involved. So guys, what Ra is saying here is, once we identify the changes in our bodily functions due to a certain emotion, we need to extend a sympathy and understanding towards it, and similarly extend this sympathy towards others as well. Our body also has its intelligence. It knows how to heal. The only thing needed is to silence the mind. Also, आपने ये टर्म सुना होगा in our culture, अर्धनारीश्वर. इसका मतलब है that every biological male has female tendencies and every biological female has male tendencies. So Ra is asking to balance and unify these male and female energies inside us. The masculine is the doing part, where we go out into the world and take actions, and the feminine is the being part, where we intuitively know which path to take, where we are connected with our emotions and feelings and our creativity. In many people, these energies are generally not balanced. For example, if you have grown up in a highly competitive environment, you will notice that your overall approach to life and your thinking will be highly masculine, whether you are biological female or male. And most people are not aware of this, and they approach life with a typical alpha male mentality. This awareness comes when you sit in silence and contemplate and intentionally start balancing these tendencies. From my personal experience, another way of doing this is keeping a journal. Because as I started writing things that weighed heavily on my heart, that made me unhappy and even angry, it was the first time that I started becoming more aware and living in the present moment. When before I used to get angry and go all alpha male towards a person or a situation, now I understand why something is triggering me, and I started channeling my inner feminine energies to balance this out. Because the masculine doesn't like to be vulnerable or weak, and so we run away from our pain. We hide these emotions by being excessively busy at work or partying. But as it is said, if you feel it, you heal it. This is where the feminine comes in, where it's okay to be vulnerable and weak. So with a constant habit of silent contemplation or meditation or journaling, one can find out which of these energies need balancing and balance these energies. So guys, ये session यहीं पे खत्म होता है, and as Ra would say, I am Ra. I leave you in the love and in the light of our one infinite Creator. Go forth, rejoicing in the power and the peace of one infinite Creator. Adane. Thank you everyone. Stay tuned for more upcoming videos. Please like and subscribe to our channel for more sessions ahead. Thank you.